You're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
After completing a hard-fought race at the Buriram International Circuit, Pramac Yamaha rider Jack Miller expressed his opinion on the performance of the Yamaha M1. Despite a spirited performance, Miller feels that the M1 machine is still not competitive enough to compete with the Ducati team that currently dominates the top flight. I think the Yamaha M1 bike does have potential, but to compete against the power of Ducati, we still have a lot of homework, Miller said in a post-race interview. Our machine is too weak in the direct speed sector. Ducati obviously has a big advantage in that regard, and we have to work harder to perfect the performance of our bike to compete with them at the highest level. Miller also revealed that although the team has made some changes and improvements, there is still a lot to work on, especially in terms of acceleration and stability in fast corners. We will continue to work hard. We know what needs to be improved, and hopefully we can catch up in the upcoming races, he added. And here's the full news. After a challenging race at the Buriram International Circuit in the 2025 season, Pramac Yamaha rider Jack Miller did not hesitate to express his concerns about the performance of the Yamaha M1. Despite appearing full of enthusiasm and trying hard to give his best, Miller admitted that despite the team's efforts to make various changes, the M1 bike still has significant weaknesses, especially in terms of engine power, which is felt to be less competitive when compared to the Ducati team that dominates the MotoGP class at the moment. I have to be honest, our current bike is still far behind, especially in terms of the engine. We have indeed made a number of changes and experiments, but I think to be able to match Ducati, we still have to work hard. The M1 engine is too weak, especially on the long straights. Ducati obviously has a big advantage in that, and even though we tried to adjust our setup, the reality is that the speed gap is still very big, Miller said in a serious tone after the race in Buriram. In the race, although Miller fought hard to set the best time, he felt that the difference in engine power between Yamaha and Ducati was one of the main factors that made the difference in the final result. The Australian revealed that the Ducati, with its very strong bike, was able to easily tackle the fast corners and straights, while the Yamaha M1 did not have enough acceleration to catch up. On the straights, we are clearly far behind in terms of top speed. This is a big problem when we talk about competing with Ducati, who can go so fast. It makes it difficult for us to maintain speed or even compete on the front row, said Miller. Meanwhile, in the fast corners, the Ducati is able to appear more stable and faster. On our side, although Yamaha's handling is famously good, the weak engine made us lose a lot of time. Miller added that while the Yamaha M1 has good handling qualities and is responsive in tight corners, speed and acceleration is a major obstacle to overcome. On several occasions, he felt that despite working hard to maintain positions, the lack of engine performance made it difficult for him to compete with the Ducati riders for long. Of course, the Yamaha M1 has advantages in certain areas such as stability and handling. But in races that require fast acceleration and maximum speed, we have not been able to compete effectively with Ducati. They have a very strong and stable bike in almost all sectors. We need to quickly find ways to improve the engine and performance in important sectors, Miller added. However, despite being frustrated by the significant difference in engine performance, Miller remains optimistic and expressed his hope that the Yamaha team can find a solution to this problem soon. The experienced rider recognizes that the development of MotoGP bikes is very dynamic, and his team must be able to respond faster to stay in the competition. I know that the Yamaha team is working hard to improve our bike, and they don't stop innovating. We will continue to work hard to close this gap. Although it is not easy, I believe we will find a way out. We can't just give up, Miller said with confidence. We have to focus more on fixing the engine weaknesses and strengthening the overall performance. We have a few more races to show what we can achieve. In addition to the engine, Miller also highlighted the importance of further development on the aerodynamics and balance aspects of the bike. He believes that in order to compete with the Ducati team, Yamaha must continue to improve the overall aspects of the bike and ensure that every part functions optimally, especially in terms of stability at high speeds. I think there are many things that can still be improved, especially in terms of bike balance and aerodynamic settings. We've seen that Ducati is able to optimize all aspects of the bike, from aerodynamics to suspension settings. So, we also have to work on these areas in order to increase our competitiveness, Miller explained. Miller emphasized that despite being faced with a big challenge, his motivation to improve things and bring Yamaha back to winning ways will never subside. We will keep fighting, and I believe this team has everything it takes to get back on track. We just need time and a sharper focus to make big steps, Miller said, closing the interview with enthusiasm. Meanwhile, although Ducati still reigns supreme in the 2025 season, the struggle of the Yamaha team and riders like Jack Miller continues. The Pramac Yamaha team hopes that with hard work and a commitment to continuously improving their engines and bike technology, they can catch up and compete more aggressively in future races.
Rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this